We met at the room. It was a terribly hot day, at least for December it was. That's how I remember it. Anyway, and we were tired from the travel, but he was there, as promised. Hardly seemed any older, which kind of sucked, I thought, because I changed. I mean, look at me, right? It was this big moment for Billy. It's all excited, and we even hugged. And it was in that second, as he leaned forward to kiss my cheek, his head turned toward me, and maybe it was the sun, the light coming in the room, but I saw something there in his eyes. He loved that boy. All that shit he told me years ago was true about kids. He loved him. But also, he was satisfied. I could see that satisfaction on his face, because he'd gotten away with it all. That's what I saw shining in his eyes as he leaned forward to kiss me. He'd beaten fate and gotten away with it. After dinner, we had a bucket of store-bought chicken in the room. Billy got a couple packages. One of them was a book of myths. Imagine that. He said he wanted to see us again before we left. He had to run to school for about an hour. A science fair, I suppose. But he'd be back. He promised he'd be right back. The last time I saw him, there at the door, he mentioned that word again. Well, whatever. He said it and smiled. As he stepped out onto the balcony, he smiled at me and whispered, "Maybe it's not our fault after all. I mean, we're just human, right?" Billy was already in the bathroom. We'd driven straight through, and I could hear the water running. He was in his bath. God, he loved the tub ever since he was little. He loved it. So I knew he wasn't there. The water filling up around him. And Lady Day is what he liked to call Billie Holiday. It's her nickname, and he called her that. Playing on his tape player. Stormy weather. I went into the room, the bathroom, and I could see him there through the little opening in the liner he had pulled shut. His eyes closed and steam coming up. He didn't really struggle. Couldn't, actually. The shock of it, I suppose. When the recorder first hit the water, there was only a quick kind of snapping sound, like a pop of a flashbulb or whatnot. And then a softer sound of him, Billy, as he kicked for a second or two in the water. I turned to taps off a little later. After, I just sat there in the linoleum and watched him, laying in that cloudy pool of bath water. His eyes open and so still. I could almost make out. I mean, if I squinted, I could almost see Darkina. That's the word. The word I was trying to, the world out of balance. You can look it up if you wanna, but I'm pretty sure that's the one. I knew it'd come to me if I waited long enough. I was picked up at a restaurant in Vegas. You're aware of that though, obviously. And brought back here. And that's it. So now you know. I mean, what you really wanted though, anyway, right? Now you know. Yes. I planned it, yes. But maybe longer than you thought, huh? Lots longer. And I worry about what's gonna happen. I mean, to me and all. It's natural though, right? To wonder about things. But I'll tell you. I'll tell you what gets me through today, the next hour. It's him. I can almost see him, you know? I can. Down there in Phoenix. Probably wandering around on some playground at school. Saturday, and he's just stumbling there by himself. Can't be consoled, right? The truth all spilled out now like it is. And these torrents of tears coming down. Screaming at the sky, these torrents of tears. And yelling up at the sky, calling up to the universe. Why? Why? Over and over. But you know what? In my fantasy, there's never an answer. There never is.